After tasting these sourdough English muffins, you're never going to want to buy store-bought ones again. I found this recipe on Little Spoon Farm. You should definitely go check out their site because they have a ton of sourdough tips and sourdough recipes. When I do sourdough, I try to get as close to the measurements, but if I go a little over or a little under, I just call it good. After getting your active starter, honey, and milk in a bowl, you want to whisk that together. Then you'll add your all-purpose flour and salt. I used my dough whisk to combine it. I let the dough sit on the counter for 1 hour. I went back in and kneaded it for 5 minutes and then let the dough sit overnight. So no stretch and folds needed. Love that. Overnight, or as soon as it's doubled, you turn the dough onto a floured surface. You roll it out to about a 1/2 inch thick. Then you can use a biscuit cutter, or I used a glass because I didn't have one, to cut out your English muffins. Then I placed the rounds on a parchment lined baking sheet that was sprinkled with cornmeal. I sprinkled more cornmeal on top, covered them with a tea towel to rise for 1 hour, although mine did not really puff up that much. Then you're going to want to cook these on a non-stick skillet over low heat. At first I started with 5 minutes on each side. I realized after tasting one that I wanted the little bit more of a brown side, so I went to like 7 minutes. You just need to watch it closely so they don't burn and make sure your temperature stays on low. Placing a lid on top just helps steam and cook it all the way through. Definitely use a fork when you're breaking them apart so you get all those nooks and crannies. And you guys, these were so good. Delicious, of course, with some homemade whipped butter and honey. Also delicious for egg sandwiches. If you have sourdough starter and you haven't tried making English muffins, you definitely want to give this a try. So easy and so good. These also tasted great days after, toasted in the toaster.